Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Raising the New Earth podcast. I'm your host, Noah Dory, and today's episode was actually inspired by a conversation I had with my mom this morning about how when we change our mental state, everything else seems to fall in the right place. What do I mean by that? I mean that when we no longer subscribe to the victim mentality of they did this to me or he or she did this to me, then we start taking responsibility for our own actions, no matter what happened in the past. The idea and the actual feeling of that clutter leaving our body allows for miracles to show up in our lives. So this episode is about mental resilience, and resilience is really the process of and the outcome of successfully adapting to difficult and challenging life experiences. So it's how you bounce back from any traumatic events or negative events in your life, especially through mental, emotional, and behavioral flexibility and adjustment to those demands. It can be either internal or external demands. So, mental resilience is how you deal with and how you recover from challenging life events. So, we all live in this era where there is stress and information and a lot of misinformation, and a lot of clutter is being brought into our lives from all around the world thanks to social media. But it is up to us to utilize it to our advantage and not to create more dysbiosis within ourselves, first and foremost. So there is a number of factors that contribute to how well people adapt to adversities. When we have resilience, we actually get to harness the inner strength that helps us rebound from a setback or a challenge. It can be a job loss, it can be an illness, it can be any traumatic event, any disaster, a loved one's leaving our lives. And if we lack resilience, we might feel stuck, and we might start having a victim mentality and feel like a victim. So you don't find that fire energy within you to overcome that situation, leave that part behind you, and move on. That is not to say that we can't feel sadness and we can't feel overwhelmed and we can't feel stressed and we can't feel that we don't have the space. We are allowed to have all those feelings. I'm not rushing through those feelings. I am just, as an individual who cares for growth and moving forward in life and seeing where I'm heading and not so much where I've been, I care about not letting those negative emotions, this low frequency, stay in my morphogenetic field, stay inside of my cells, because I do not want to create any negativity that will bring me down, that will create an addiction of some sort, sugar addiction, drug addiction, alcohol use, eating disorders, all these risky behaviors. In all my years of being a health coach and nutritionist, I feel that those emerge from feeling such sadness and feeling a victimized mentality. So resilience won't make your problems go away, but resilience can help you see past them, to find ways to enjoy lives and enjoy our lives, and to better handle the stress that is present in our day-to-day life. No one is ever excluded from feeling stressed and overwhelmed. This is just our toolbox that allows us to overcome those stresses and face forward. So if you find yourself not as resilient as you'd like to be, you can actually learn the skills to become more resilient to life. And they have narrowed down 5 characteristics of people with mental resilience. So the first characteristic is those people that you know to have a strong mental resilience. They move forward. Like I said, they don't get stuck in the rut. They don't get stuck in the one place, one incident, one trauma, one tragedy. They know how to not take anything too personally if we're not talking about, tragic loss. Obviously, I'm not diminishing that. I'm just saying in general. They learn how to let go and don't get stuck in the victim mentality. They did this to me. They took this from me. It's all their fault. Because if we keep pointing a finger at someone else, we no longer take responsibility for how we can show up to life today, tomorrow, the next day. We're actually giving another person the power over us. And that's a no-no in my book. The second characteristic of people with mental resilience is they accept changes with love. They turn every challenge into an opportunity and every failure into a lesson. They are not afraid to take on new challenges, and they know that the universe has their backs. Characteristic number 3, they don't waste time on things out of their control. There's so many things that we cannot control, but we can take full responsibility of what is within our control and what we feel. We can't control what other people are doing, but we can control how we are feeling. And if what we're feeling is less than what we would like to feel, then we got to work on ourselves. We got to ask ourselves, why am I feeling this way? Did that person's behavior trigger something within me that has to do with my childhood? Maybe this is not the responsibility of my partner to fix me. It is my responsibility to have a growth mindset and work on things that are less than optimal in my eyes. Characteristic number 4, they don't waste time being jealous of others, but rather they are busy taking inspired action towards their own goals. They know how to throw compliments and celebrate and appreciate other people's wins. Number 5, they are fair and kind and not afraid of communicating both their needs as well as their healthy boundaries. So if you feel that you're mentally strong, that is amazing. If you feel that you're somewhat stuck and you would like to grow in your process of being mentally resilient, then just know that there is also an involvement of the chakras. So chakras are those 7 energy centers within our bodies that are believed to impact our physical, mental, and emotional states. They are connected to our organs, and each chakra is associated with specific characteristics, such as creativity and focus and intuition. And the third eye between our eyes, also known as Ajna, the Ajna chakra, it is located in the center of the forehead and is associated with mental clarity, intuition, and focus. So by understanding the balancing and the discord within our chakra, we can enhance our ability to concentrate and focus our minds. Emotionally, that third eye is associated with imagination and inner knowingness and intuition. And a balanced chakra, what it does, it allows us to start trusting our instincts, trusting our innate blueprints, and help us make clear decisions. When it's imbalanced, however, we may feel anxiety and stress and self-doubt and difficulty trusting ourselves and others. So balancing that particular chakra for concentration can be achieved through meditation. It's known, if you ever follow, for example, Joe Dispenza's work or Bruce Lipton, and you know that that higher state of being still really connects us through the pineal gland to the upper realm. And that on its own allows us to have some sort of a quantum leap to what we want to feel, what we want to bring into the now. So meditation can help align that chakra and other chakras. Sound therapy is known to be super helpful as well, and crystal healing. So finding that specific crystal for specific result can also fine tune the chakra. Also, energy work such as Reiki and acupuncture can also help activate and balance the chakra for concentration. So all these practices, what they do, they work to clear blockages and promote energy flow, allowing for greater mental clarity and focus. And really what it does, it takes out the chaotic beta brain waves of go, 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 chaos, 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 information, 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 and brings it down to our theta. And if you're lucky enough to even your gamma brain waves of intuition and creativity and having like a sponge-like mentality. There are specific steps one can take today to become mentally strong. In order to become mentally strong, you have to start telling your brain, you need to start telling your brain what you want. So you have to tell that front part of your brain, that cerebrum that's involved in focus and forethought, judgment, impulse control. You have to tell it what kind of a person you want to be and what kind of children you want to raise and what everything that you want, and speaking it into the I am state can really help your brain bring it to fruition. There is a particular exercise that is called the one-page miracle. When you get to write out everything that we just talked about, you can write out what type of relationships you desire into your life, what types of work you want to have, or a job, money, physical, emotion, and spiritual health. And with that list, with that one-page miracle list, you get to visit that daily and ask yourself, is my behavior getting me what I want? Is my behavior getting me what I want? And if it's not getting me what I want, then I got to change what I do. And if I change what I do, I may change what I get. Right? So I encourage us all to become the stronger version of ourselves, both physically and mentally, because quite honestly, it is not an easy world out there. And if we don't have the emotional resilience, and if we didn't have it as children, it's never too late to begin again. It's never too late to adopt that mentality of being victorious over being a victim in this lifetime. So that's it for this week. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and I'll see you all next week. Bye.